to a brand new kick.
What is going on? Happy Friday. eSIMstudios YouTube channel. Appreciate you joining me for this Friday evening episode. March 13th. Ooh, it's Friday the 13th. I had just hit me. Appreciate you joining me today. So, today on the live, we are going to give away a case, a Rinky case. If you have an S26 Ultra, today's your lucky day. Well, it could be your lucky day. And if you don't have an S26 Ultra, maybe you're thinking about getting one, you can still enter. Shoot, you could even win it and then sell it if you want to. I mean, it's up to you. Or give it to a friend or do what you want with it. I do not care, but it will be yours. We'll do that here shortly. Let me get settled in here. So, on today's show, we have the Nothing Phone 4A Pro. We have this issue continually pops up. I've been called out in the comments a number of times, calling me a Samsung hater. I'm bashing Samsung with bringing this story up. Apparently, I guess they're new to the channel. I guess they're unaware that I've purchased every Samsung Galaxy flagship for, I don't know, the last 10 years. I purchased, so I guess if you're new, or maybe some of y'all that have been viewing for a little while don't know, even before this YouTube channel, I used to get all the flagships every year. So when Samsung would come out with a flagship, boom, I would grab it. When Pixel or Nexus came out with a phone, I'd get it. OnePlus, right? All the Android flagships. The last time I had an iPhone before this one, it's been years, 12 years, 10 years. But I've had every Samsung phone. So look, I don't hold it against them, right? I mean, they don't know me, so it's all good. But look, y'all know I'm back in love with Nothing. I was bashing them this time last year with the phone 3. I just give you my honest opinion. I don't have any narratives. I'm not trying to bash somebody on purpose. If they do something good, I'll praise them. And if I think a product they put out is trash, I'll just let it be known. So this issue with Samsung continually comes up. That's what I'm trying to get to. And guess what? We have another user with, you guessed it, water in the cameras. This one's a bad one. Stick around. We'll show it. And then I'm going to review not necessarily the whole video, but just the part JerryRigEverything put out his breakdown video, teardown video, or no, I think it's his durability video, where, put a lighter to the screen, he'll scratch the screen. The one part I was waiting for him to get to was he always tries to pop off the cameras. And, well, I don't want to spoil the story and or the news, so we'll get to that. And we have some information in regards to the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8. Maybe you're interested in the flips like I am. And it's coming quick. So we got news in regards to that. And then if we can get to it, iPhone Fold. Most YouTube channels would lead with iPhone news. I put that shit in the very back. I guess if I am a hater, I guess I'm a hater of iPhone, right? It is what it is. So yeah, true. I'll admit, I hate iPhones. So anyways, we'll get to that. They have big ambitions for their iPhone Fold. I don't hate, I guess technically hate, that's a strong word. I don't technically hate iPhone. I like the way they look. I like the way they're built. I just don't like using them. So I guess I'm an iOS hater. I guess that's what it is, right? I'm an iOS hater. I honestly, and I know some of y'all probably are iPhone users, and I just got one because of the YouTube channel. I honestly, and maybe we'll have this debate. I would like to debate somebody. Debate, I'm not really a debater, but I find it hard to believe that iOS, and I guess it comes down to personal preference, because look, they all do the same thing, right? They all do the same thing. but I find it easy, and maybe it's just because I've been an Android user my whole life. Um, I think iPhone operating system, the way it's built, the way it's coded, the way the operation of the flow of the operating system, I think it's a mess. Like, I think Android is the far superior operating system. It's the easier one to use. So, whatever. I don't want to waste y'all's time with me going on a rant, right? Let me see what's up to everybody. You hate iOS? Didn't you? You just got an iPhone too, right? So you know what I'm talking. I mean, look, I would use it if I absolutely had to. Like, I mean, of course, if that was the only smartphone, I would use it. But I just find just going back, like going to the back page, whenever I pick up my iPhone, I find myself swiping and going back, and the recents is the same, but I find myself doing Android operations on the iPhone. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, why did Apple choose to do it this way? It's so stupid. Uh, I yeah, you would never buy an iPhone. Oh, that's that's why I love. Well, not the only reason. That's the main reason why I am a huge Android supporter, lover, proponent, because you have different options, right? You have different options. Apple users are their only options in iPhone. Android, you got Samsung, you got OnePlus, you got nothing, you got Google Pixels, you got Xiaomi's. It's just the list is it's wide. It could be wider. I wish there was more options, but I'm kind of happy now that nothing is back. I'm kind of happy with where we stand. Yes, Android. I'm more like a PC with connectivity. Yeah, it's less restrictive, right? I mean, I come from the days of flashing ROMs. I used to be a flashaholic. Like, I would back in the day, I would get off work, race to get home just to download the latest ROM off of XDA and flash it on my Nexus. Oh, there's a Wi-Fi hotspot hack, flashing kernels, overclocking your phone. You can't do all, and that's fun. Like, you can't do that stuff with iPhone. APKs. I know it's kind of gotten a little risky now, but I still have a few APKs on my phone that I sideload. Like, you can do all sorts of cool stuff with Android. Um, and the most of the world uses Android, right? But I think the iPhones is seen outside of the U.S. as the more only rich people have iPhones, like in Brazil or uh, Colombia. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. Most Android had FaceTime like feature built in without three-party video. Yeah, I rarely use what is see, I don't even know what it's called. I just don't. I'm from the generation that doesn't like to FaceTime. It's I don't even know what it's called. Duo, Google Google Duo. I think you do it in Gmail now. I honestly forgot. I haven't done that in years. Um, you're in India. Even India, status to have an iPhone. It's crazy. And the crazy thing to think is it's so silly. It's so stupid. Like you're rich if you get. Actually, they cost about double the price they do here in America. That's like the one. That's like the one benefit we have as Americans in technology is the iPhones are, I guess, relatively cheap here compared to the rest of the world. You know, because it's made here in. Well, I guess it's not made in America, but it's an American company. If you're in India, they're like twice as expensive. So for an iPhone 17 Pro Max, you're looking at like at least $2,000, probably $2,500. So I get it, but it's like, man, you could have spent that 2,500 and got two flagship Android phones. That's the smart thing to do. Which Android? Oh yeah, I already got that one. You purchased an iPhone in the past and sold it after about 2 weeks. Drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. What I do here on my YouTube channel, just so I can say I'm using it, because see, I got an iPhone 16 Pro Max sent to me last year from Spectrum, I think they sponsored. I had to send it back. They had to ask for it back because I never picked it up. right? I signed a contract, a sponsorship deal with them, and I was supposed to do a set number of videos and talk about Spectrum, this and that. I did not pick it up for weeks at a time, and they were like, "Can we have our phone back?" And I was like, "God dang it!" I was like, okay, yeah, here, take it." So now I record, even though I got a lot of phones in here, just to pick it up and use it. I bought this with my money, but just so I don't feel like I wasted money, I actually record my case reviews with the iPhone 17 Pro. Now, I need to be a little better at doing camera reviews, and that's what I'm going to do actually with the S26 Ultra right here. I spent last night right around taking some pictures, or today taking some pictures. So I'm going to do individual phone reviews, camera reviews between S25 Ultra, S26 Ultra, iPhone, stuff like that. So I need to get a little better at that. Let's see here. So, you love new phone smells. What we're gonna do, you ordered your S26 Ultra. Okay, let's get into that. I said hi to everybody. I really appreciate everybody joining me. It's not gonna be a super long stream, but I do have some important information, and that's exactly what I want to get to. Is if you ordered an S26 Ultra, I already did a video. I don't want to repeat myself. I already did a video kind of stating what you need to look out for, but we're going to get into it today. Exactly what you need to look into. And if you've already purchased one, I have a case giveaway. So we're going to do a case giveaway here. I give away all my cases. So I get sent a ton of cases to review. I keep a couple of them, to be honest with you. So I guess technically I don't give all of them away. There's a few that I hang on to, some of my favorites, but 90% of them we will give away here on the eSIMstudios YouTube channel during our live streams. And then when I don't have cases to give away, we give away cash apps, Amazon e-gift cards. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we love to give away stuff here at the eSIMstudio, for better or for worse, on my on my behalf. We've done Android boxes, Bluetooth earbuds. A lot of companies send me stuff, and I just send it right to y'all, or put them in the giveaways, because they just sit in the corner of my office here, and I'd rather give them to y'all that would put technology gadgets to use. Okay, so eye strain. So let's get in. Actually, before we do that, I promise we're going to get to it quick. The Nothing, I want to put this out there. This is big news. The Nothing Phone 4A and 4A Pro were launched today. Now, the Nothing Phone 4A, the cheaper one, the one that you're used to seeing, the classic, I think it's kind of had that design since the 2A, definitely the 3A, now the 4A, is launched today. However, that's for sale outside of the USA. So if you're like some of our viewers in India right now, if you're in Brazil, I know we have a viewer in Argentina, you can purchase a Nothing Phone 4A on Nothing's website as well as Amazon. If you're in the United States, you still want the 4A really, really, really bad, jump on eBay, find you an international model, not the India model, but an international model, and it has way more 5G bands and 4G bands than the India variant. Now, for the US users, the phone you see right now on your screen is available for the US market. That's the Pro version. It's got the new look, it's got the upgraded processor, it's got the upgraded storage, upgraded cameras. I ordered mine this morning. I'm getting a silver, 12 gig of RAM, 256 gigs of storage this morning. Now, you can order them on Nothing's website and Amazon. So I put a link in this video description right now if you want to purchase one. They're fantastic. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It's just going to be my daily driver. I love Nothing. Holds a little special place in my heart. Just something about these phones I absolutely love. Yes, my S26 Ultra will blow it away in a lot of categories, but I don't care. I love Nothing phones, and they're a joy to use. This is going to be my work phone, so it's not like I'm just throwing this to the side. It'll still get used every day, a lot more than that stupid iPhone sitting over there in the corner. But so again, if you're interested, I know we've covered this, There is a link down below in the video description. Amazon is selling the pink, the black, and the silver one. However, I think the silver one is only in 12 gig 256, and I think they have black, and I don't know why nothing did this, 8 gig 128. Really, you're putting out an 8 gig 128 right now, you'll run out of storage in a couple months. So I don't, you can get it if you want to and just monitor your storage, but long story short, it's available. I think they start shipping these, you'll get it at the latest on the 27th, March 27th. So that's what, here in about 2 weeks. I think they'll start shipping it next week at the beginning of the second week. So I think mine is scheduled to come on the 25th. I paid for overnight shipping. I always do with all of my phones. So, okay, so that is for sale. Link down in the description if you're interested. And if you're not familiar with nothing, subscribe to the channel. You can scroll through my video section, and some of my more recent videos has a few videos on this phone if you've never seen and or heard of it. So let's jump into Samsung. So what are we going to do with Samsung? Man, oh man. Again, lifelong Samsung user here. So I've never had this issue that continually pops up. There's two issues now. We'll have to see if it gets out of hand. Right now, the water thing, let me show what I'm talking about. Here's the first issue that has been reported as of a few days. There's a new user on Reddit. Reddit seems to be a place where everybody goes if you have issues, apparently. I just got into Reddit. I know it's been around for forever. I just started picking up on it and reading stuff. But there's a thread just for water in your camera sensors. Now, is this the third or fourth person or phone? I think this is the third phone we've actually seen with physical evidence. But there's a number of people, that probably another 3 or 4 in that same thread, that says, yeah, mine's got water too, but I can't take a picture of my phone because I'm using it, right? He can't turn his camera around and take a picture of itself. Now, were they lying? Are they telling the truth? We have no idea. Are they trolling Samsung? Are they really Apple fanboys that are saying, oh yeah, my phone's got water in it, what am I going to do to pretend like there's an issue? I don't know. But this is the third phone we've seen with evidence. Now, I was waiting for the JerryRigEverything video to come out, and he did. We're going to get to the other issue here in just a second. Let me pull this up because I think I might know the issue, and there might be a solution if you get your phone. Let me pause this because I don't want to, let's see here, notifications. No, don't send me notifications. Let's see. I'm pulling up this video because it could tell us where the water's coming from or where it's getting in the phone, right? So let me pause this. Let me turn the volume down, and let me share my screen here. So this is the latest JerryRigEverything video, and I think we're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to go to the part where I think the water and or moisture could be seeping in. So check this out right here. You show into cameras. Is this where he pops it? And look at this. Now it seems to be on there pretty tight. It starts messing with the camera sensor. So last year, Samsung, they put a new cap on the sensor, a new lens on the sensor, a new glass over the sensor. Last year, the border, I was going to use my S25 Ultra, but I'm using it as my webcam. The border of the phone, we'll get to it where it pops off. The border of the phone, the border of the sensor right here, the ring around the S25 series, it's thicker, right? It almost looks like a dinner plate or something. It's real thick. Well, last year that was not removable, and actually there were a number of people that actually cracked the glass right over their camera sensors. Now, to repair that, you have to take off the whole back panel of the S25 Ultra just to replace one lens little glass piece that got cracked. This year, Samsung made each little lens cover for each sensor removable. Do you see what I'm getting at? So let me show you, so you don't have to take the whole panel off this time. If a camera lens cracks, you can just buy a little cap, a little replacement part, and just pop it right on there. That's where I think the moisture is coming from. Now, are they coming loose from the factory? I don't think so, my honest opinion. But I don't know where else moisture is getting in the phone. These things are sealed. These things are IP68 rated, dust and water resistant, right? So it should not be getting in there. Did they not put them on tight enough in the factory? That's a real possibility. That's the only thing I can think of. Let me get to the point where he pops it off. If I can find it. Okay, I think this is it. So, come on. Let me show you just how much force. Maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't, but I was going to show you how much force it takes to pop it off. Now, if they're coming from the factory not on there tight, that could be, there you go. So, it doesn't take that much force to pop it up. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it kind of, did they not put enough adhesive under there? I think that's where the water and or moisture is getting in. And I figured that was the case. I just really didn't have any evidence. And I'm certainly not going to pop off my camera, my sensors. So I was like, yeah, I know JerryRigEverything. I know Zach will pop those off. And sure enough, the video dropped. I think it was yesterday. And so that's the first thing I was waiting for. And I was like, oh, I bet that's it. I bet that's it. So and see, they just pop right on. So if you got an S26 Ultra, whether you got it delivered a few days ago or whether you're waiting for a delivery next week, whenever you get your phone, and I already did it on mine, and don't worry, you're not going to break the glass in there because it's actually pretty strong. Go ahead and press them. Make sure they're not loose. Obviously check for moisture first, but go ahead and push them down, make sure it's fully seated in there. That's the only thing I can think of for the moisture. Now let's get on to the second issue. So this is like a little niche, and we're gonna do a giveaway here in just a few minutes. Where is it? Rinky, the case that I reviewed today, we'll give away. It's the Rinky UX magnetic case. This one right here. I cleaned it, I put it back in a box. Well, I'm gonna have to redo that again. But I'm gonna give this away. It's $30 value, Amazon. I'll get, whoever wins, I'll get your information after the stream and I'll ship it to you for free, even if you live in India. The second issue is kind of like a niche issue, not necessarily a niche issue. Now, thank God, this could really hinder your smartphone experience and what kind of smartphone you can or cannot use. Is PWM, is eye strain due to the refresh rate and or AMOLED displays on devices. I think some people, it's hit or miss. I know some people that could not use Samsung phones in the past because it would hurt their eyes and give them headaches. And then this year, they use this phone and they're completely fine. Now, what we're getting is the opposite. What we're getting a lot of complaints about is users that have been using a Samsung phone as their flagship for years. And out of nowhere, this S26 Ultra is causing headaches, is causing eye strain. And it's just hit or miss. And I hate to say, well, yeah, it's definitely causing eye strain. Well, it would be true or false. Like, you can say either one. Oh, it's not causing issues. Well, yeah, for 99.9% of people, but remember, Samsung is they're expecting to sell up to 15 million of these S26 Ultra. So 1% of 15 million is what, 150,000? I think. I don't know, whatever, but you get the point. It's still a decent amount of people. So going back to the comment, should you cancel your order? I don't want to be the person to tell you, yes, cancel it, or no, don't cancel it. I don't know. That's going to be up to you. If you already ordered it, I ordered last time. If you already ordered it, here's what I would honestly do. If I were in your shoes, since you already ordered it, I would go ahead and let it come and just start using it. Just start you look this privacy display thing. There's stories. I was gonna do it. I just don't have enough time today. There's stories on this display. People are very upset at this display. Now, just how they arrange the pixels in the AMOLED display, it's very different from the S25 Ultra. Very different. So, I haven't noticed a huge difference, but some people say they can. And again, everybody's different. So what affects me might not affect you, and vice versa. Just remember, be very clear of when your return date is, whether you got yours from AT&T, T-Mobile, Samsung, Best Buy. Make sure you know when your return date is. Just give it a try since you already ordered it. That's what I would do. And if it gives you a headache from the PWM, if you can't deal with the AMOLED display, or if you have, God forbid, I hope you don't get water in your camera lens. Of course, you notice that right away. You're sending it right back, right? Make sure you document that, take pictures, and all that good stuff, so you won't have any issues returning it. But that's a hard one. So typically OnePlus has been the best for people that have eye strain when it comes to these devices. OnePlus, for whatever reason, has always been the leader in PWM, pulse width modulation, and that's what causes eye strain, headaches. Never had an issue, and knock on wood that I don't. But Samsung is apparently investigating this. Now, I don't know what they can do. Let's say they find out, oh yeah, our phones are causing headaches and eye strain. Well, I don't know if that can be fixed in a future update. I think it can, but I'm not 100% sure. We really haven't seen this on a large scale, meaning a ton of outrage. Every phone, every release, every year, there's going to be a small amount of people that this affects, right? That's just a fact. There's not one phone that just doesn't cause headaches or eye strain. Every phone does. It just seems like some phones cause this more than others. So I don't know how big of a problem this is, but Samsung is investigating. So this guy right here, Taran Vats, he's a big leaker of Samsung information and or news. And he look, here's a perfect example of the display I was just talking about. So he noticed a huge difference between his S26 Ultra and S25 Ultra. You can see the difference right there, right for your with your very eyes. If you zoom in, the way they had to place these pixels, to fit the privacy pixels and or shade in there, it was a really interesting, nifty, turn of events for Samsung to do this privacy shade. But it turns out it looks like it's negatively affecting more people than they initially anticipated. Because that's what I've been noticing, right? I've been noticing a lot of people having problems with it. Now, I've seen some people out there saying, oh, it's fine, there's no issues with it. People are just crazy, or you're just looking for a reason to return it. No. I believe people. Like, I have family members that this directly affects. So, look, I believe it. And again, everybody is different. Everybody's different. So, if to personalize it, get it. If you don't like it, return it, right? And move on. And then just hope next year they figure it out. So I don't really know where this is going. I don't even know if Samsung's going to make a statement. Now, they said they're looking into it. But who knows? Hopefully, best case scenario is they push an update to somehow adjust the PWM, somehow adjust the frequency, the power that goes to it. I have no idea. I've never worked on AMOLED technology, right? So I think it can be adjusted though. I think it can be. But here's the frustrating thing: if it does affect you, and I've gone through this with Pixel devices, when these companies are not that clear with their users, meaning it's like, well, how long am I going to have to wait? Because I only have 2 weeks to return this thing. Are y'all going to push an update out like now, like next week? Or are we talking about in like 2 months? And then you're caught in limbo because you don't, should I return it? Should I keep it? It's like and these things are very, very expensive. So I would say don't take their word for it. That's just me. Even if Samsung says, if you're in limbo and you're like, I don't know what to do, I'm going to have to return it, I would just return it, wait till next year to see what they put out. Because who knows? Who knows when they're going to fix it, right? Could be next month, could be in 10 months. I don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see here. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I guess it's better than having a short face, right? Yes, even Apple causes headache. Eye strain is common in phones, as per I think. It's rather common. It's nothing new. I'll put it that way. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of not happy people with this release, and I was shocked at how many they're selling. They're breaking sales records, but I'm hearing a record number of people complain about this phone. So I'm like, I don't know. I literally just put my SIM card in the S26 Ultra just about a couple hours ago. So I'm really, really going to start to use it after this live stream, like use it as my personal phone. So, I mean, I've used it off and on here and there, take some pictures or play around with it, transfer my data, but haven't used it as my main phone. So I'm going to, I guess I'll find out if it affects me here in the next 24 hours because it's got my main SIM in there. So we shall find out. Samsung has turned into Apple. That's my biggest fear. That's why it's important to have multiple flagship Android phones and or companies that you can jump around to, because competition is what keeps these companies on edge. Now, Samsung will say their only competition is Apple. That might be true on a larger scale, but for real and true Android fans like ourselves, we need nothing to be thriving. We need OnePlus to stay in business, right? We need even Xiaomi, even though I don't use those phones. We need them to stay in business. It's important to have a competition. It pushes everybody. But they copy Apple, and that's what I absolutely hate, is they copy Apple all the time. I wish they would do their own thing. Bothers me. Let's see here. Okay, so as I said, when and if you get an S26 Ultra, check your cameras, and usually this pulse width modulation thing, it'll hit you within about 24 hours. I mean, some I've seen it affects within an hour or two. That's pretty quick. It's not like you just immediately look at it and you're like, oh, it's not going to hit you in like 30 seconds. It's going to take an hour or two of continuous usage for your eyes to hurt, up to about 24 hours. You see what I'm saying? So test it, see if you like it, and if not, send it back. It's not worth it. Let's see here. The Z Flip 8. Before we do our giveaway, the Z Flip 8, if anybody's interested in this, it's basically going to be a refresh. Newsflash, another refresh. So the specs leaked for the Z Flip 8, and it's basically going to be a refresh. You're going to have the same battery. You're going to have the same display. You're going to have the same design. You're going to have the same cameras. You're going to have the same outer display, same resolution, same UFS storage, the same storage variants. Now, the only thing we don't know is the processor. Now, Samsung probably going to do the same thing they did last year, put their Exynos 2500 in the Flip 7. They're probably going to put their 2600 in the Z Flip 8 worldwide, which is not a bad thing. It's a good processor from what I hear. But if you're interested, really not much changing. Now, Samsung is going to release this in July in their during their Unpacked event alongside the Z Fold 8 and the Z Fold Wide or Z Wide Fold, whatever you want to call it. That's going to, all eyes are going to be on that device. Um, all eyes will be on that device. You're also going to get new wearables. So I believe you're going to get new watches. What are we on, the 8 now? Yeah, watch 8. I think we're getting watch 9 with the foldables this year. So if you're interested in, I don't think I'm going to be getting one this year. I also buy every flip every year. I don't know why. It's a bad habit. So I think this year, I said I was going to skip this year, but I think next year, I think this year, I mean, the Flip 8, I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to hold myself to it. I've let it be known. I'm going to skip it. If I do get it, please tell me to stop in my tracks right away. I'm buying too many phones. It's hard. Okay, let's see here. Now, speaking of wide fold, as we were just talking about Samsung copying Apple, look, it's not a secret, right? Samsung copies Apple to the T, literally, with design, colors, marketing, how they structure their mobile division. It's kind of embarrassing. Now, I mean, obviously, Samsung user, lover, as I am with Pixel, and now nothing, but this is kind of embarrassing, and I wish they would just stop. So Samsung is putting out that wide fold, and it's essentially going to be, they're only putting it out because Apple's putting out their foldable. Now, Apple is going to embarrass Samsung, right, without Samsung having to do anything. So Apple just increased the production of their new foldable. This iPhone Fold will be out in September, and it's going to be like the OG Pixel Fold. It's not going to look like the, I wish I had a photo here. I guess I could pull it up. It's not going to be like the Z Fold 7. It's going to be the opposite. So it's going to be like, when it's closed, it's going to look like a square. When it opens up, it'll look like a rectangle. I guess, you know what? It'll look like this, sort of. It'll look like this phone this way. Of course, this phone is, that would be up and down. This will be up and down for the iPhone Fold. So it's going to be like a square, and then you open it up, and it'll open up like this. Now, up and down. So Apple just increased production. And let me tell you, there we go. Right there. Y'all see that? Looks weird. Looks very weird. Now, I'm not going to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole, but Apple is planning that 20 million people are going to be touching that. Now, that's a huge number. So Apple just ramped up their production for 20 million iPhone Folds. Let that number sink in. 20 million. Samsung sells, I think a total of 7 million combined between the Flip 7, like this year, between the Flip 7 and the Fold 7. Both of these combined worldwide for Samsung, between those two foldables, sell about, I think, 7 million. Apple's coming right out the gate with 20 million. Now, that doesn't mean they're promised to sell 20 million. But look, they have a lot of smart people at all these companies. That's all they do is projections, right? Sales, how many they think they're, because look, you don't want to make way too many, because then you're going to have profit just sitting there, wasted money, wasted production. You want to sell them. So they want to get that number just right. And you don't want to make too many, because you're going to have demand. So they have probably some of the best people that do that in the world working at these Fortune 500 companies. 20 million is a huge number, and that's worldwide. That's just not here in the US. Now, this thing's going to start off at about $2,300, I believe, somewhere around there, $2,400. That's a lot of revenue. That, in knowing Apple users, knowing iPhone users, probably going to be sold out the minute it hits the stores. Yo, these Apple people are going to lose their minds when this comes out. I cannot wait to laugh at all of them. This is going to be hilarious. We can all laugh at them together. I'll put together a funny clip of all these people that are just gushing over this phone. All these Apple fanboys. I cannot wait to laugh at them. It's gonna be a spectacle. It'll be a sight to see, because you're not gonna hear one Apple fanboy say one negative thing about this phone. Again, even though it's ugly as hell, I do not like the design. I think it's laughable. We'll see where it goes. We will be here to observe all of it. I think that's all I got for the news. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway so I can get out of here. It's about 8 o'clock my time. Here's what we're going to do. I need to pull up. I don't even think I'm in the right browser. Hang on. So let's do this. To enter the giveaway, I'll let everybody enter while I set it up. Let's do this. I'm going to need you to put in, where is my banners? Do this. Let's do hashtag. Let's do hashtag case. Hashtag CASE. Just like this. Hashtag case. While everybody puts hashtag case down in the chat, I am going to set it up. So give me just a second. There's about a 30-second delay for some people, depending on if you have YouTube Premium or not, if you see ads or not. So I'll give you about 30 seconds before we do it. And then we'll get out of here. I got monitors all over the place, so don't know where stuff is popping up. Let's see. All right, so let me X that out. Okay, I think I got it. So we'll do, while everybody enters hashtag case in the chat, you can watch you can enter hashtag case whether you're watching the vertical live stream or the traditional horizontal. It'll work either way. Just to let you know, if you're new to the channel or just joining, we do a ton of case reviews over here. We're going to do case reviews for the Nothing Phone 4a Pro, and I have a ton of cases that I'm currently conducting reviews for the S26 Ultra. As you can see, there's a Nilken case here. I'm going to do a review on tomorrow. I'm giving all these away. All these away to y'all. They just sit in the corner over here, so giving them all away. And then when we run out of cases to give everybody, we'll do Cash Apps. I'll hit your Cash App if you win right after the show, or Amazon gift card. I see a lot of people in the chat right now that have won multiple times. Oh, you got the Buds 4 Pro? Sweet. Yeah, I was wondering if I should get them or not. I still have the 3 Pro, but I think, knowing me, I'll probably just go ahead and get it. But here's the thing, I'm gonna have to buy Nothing Buds. So I'm gonna get, I got the 4a Pro coming, and I think I'm gonna get some Nothing ear buds as well. But I like having, like, if I'm using a Samsung phone, I like having Samsung buds. If I'm using a Nothing phone, I like using Nothing buds. I know I don't have to, but it just syncs better. It goes together better. But yeah, I think I'll probably grab me some of those as well. Now, before we run this, I want to let you know we're eventually going to graduate to phones. So we have given away earbuds. We've given away Android TV boxes. We've given away tons of cases, all sorts of stuff, right? All sorts of stuff. But I think probably in a couple months, less than that, probably in 8 weeks, 6 weeks, here in the near future, we're gonna give away a phone. So I think I'm gonna do a CMF Phone 2 Pro, and then we'll work our way up from there. Eventually, this time next year, I plan on, here's the plan, my grand plan is this time next year give away a S27 Ultra. I think I'm gonna buy one for the channel, have it. I'll promote it for a couple weeks so we get a lot of people to enter. But I think I'm gonna start giving away phones and stuff. So we are getting there. Okay, y'all ready? Ready? Sweet. All right, let's go. Oh, cool. I hope you enjoy it. I know, I got mine here too. So It's nice. It doesn't bother me, but you know, like I said, everybody's different. You watching while coding? Awesome. Hopefully you're working on something. Is it a project or is that for work? Is glitching? Damn it. Well, let's get out of here then. Okay, so I'm gonna select this. Now, whoever wins. Oh, let me share my screen. Email me eSIMstudios@gmail.com. eSIMstudios@gmail.com, and whoever wins, and I'll get with you. Hello, how's it going? Y'all ready? Yes, I remember you. I do remember you. Project? Cool. All right, let me share the screen and we will get out of here. Y'all ready? What the hell is going on with StreamYard? 0 entries? How do I have 0 entries? Y'all see that? When I can see a whole bunch of case right here. Oh my god. StreamYard's been frustrating me, man. There we go. All right. Harish XO. New winner, I believe. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Now, email me eSIMstudios@gmail.com. I'll get with you here shortly. I'll get all of the information. I'll ship it to you free no matter where you live all around the world. Be my pleasure. Thank you for watching. Now, if you did not win, we do this a lot, especially now that we got a lot of cases. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we do giveaway live streams a few times a week, I think, a couple times a week, something like that. So appreciate the time. Hope everybody has a safe, enjoyable Friday evening, and I will see you tomorrow. We got a lot of case reviews, and I actually need to leave the house and go take some night photos. So I appreciate the time, and as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.